Welcome back to Grow Joyfully and Garden Tour Saturday with your host, Grandma Sandy, and co-hosts, Suffolk Susie, Pat's Garden Life, and Growing on Vancouver Island. We finally got this lawn cut back here and it looks so much better, but it also gave it a chance to grow in and fill in a bit, so it does look a lot better. My beautiful lilac bush is barely hanging in there, and then it'll be done for the year. We have so much to do today that we almost don't know which way to jump. But I am going to get stuck in and get done what I can. So let's get going. The temperature is already 60 degrees. Feels cooler than that. But it's supposed to get up to 93 today. So we're a little bit worried about that. And we have a cute little granddaughter's birthday later on. Take a look at just how this looks once the grass was cut and it was weed-eated. It's like a completely different place. I need to do a bunch in the main garden because I was watching an old video of mine, it just came up, and I was so much farther ahead in this garden than I am now. It was only a week later, the 18th of May, and so much was done. Things were growing, things were planted, so I'm kind of chastising myself for not being that far along on this, but this is what I'm going to work on today. Plus, we need to get some tomatoes planted. I have about 2 weeks to do that. Okay, we can do this. Let's get going. 60 degrees in the greenhouse. Specialty of the day is peach and chamomile. I'm just going to have to stop working in here so much because it's making me behind in the main garden and the pasture garden. So I have so many more to pot up. I know I made it unrealistic for myself, but I am going to forget this part today and get out into the main garden and work. I watched Catherine Evans' channel this morning, and it was really a great garden tour Saturday. And she had a shout out for several people, and I want to thank her for giving me a shout out. She's a very kind, supportive person. She has a very interesting channel that covers cooking, baking, gardening, going out to different restaurants and things, the environment. I appreciate her speaking up for the environment and things that do go on. So I appreciate Catherine Evans, and I encourage you to go see her on her channel. So I am going to go out to the main garden and I'm going to get some things planted. With the heat as high as it's going to be, it's really hard to keep these plants watered. But that's almost my number one goal. I really want to get out and plant things today. But the fun part is taking out your seeds and deciding what you're going to plant. So I'm excited about that. Here are my bean seeds. And what do I want to plant this year? I always want to plant dragon tongue beans. These are the ones that I've collected. So I'm going to take those out. Kentucky Wonder pole beans never let me down. I do love those. We've got 2 cattle panel hoops out here that we grow things up. So that's really fun. And people have talked about contender beans. I have planted them 2 years in a row and I'm underwhelmed. This is a bush bean, this one. So we'll see. Also, another good bean is the Blue Lake. This is a bush bean as well. One thing I can't seem to succeed at is the yard-long beans. I don't know. First of all, it's hard for me to get them to grow, and then I don't know if they're finished when I'm supposed to pick them and things like that. So I might give that another try, just because that's fun. Jess from Roots and Refuge Farm, she does a lot of those, and I really enjoy watching that. And she cooks them up in stir fries and all sorts of fun things. So we definitely have 3 or 4. I love the yellow beans too. Those are a bush. So I'm going to give those a try. And maybe that's enough for now. So I think I'll stick to that. Oh, I've always grown scarlet runner beans. They are so pretty. the flower, the vine, the bean. So I'm going to give this a try. And my husband's cousin used to grow them all the time up in Canada, and they were very beautiful, and they remind me of her. So Nancy, this is for you. I think I have enough bean seeds to feed a small country. This is only part of it. They're easy to save, and I've been saving some in the refrigerator just so that I have them, and I don't always use them as much as I get. They're very prolific. You can always use them as a cooked bean as well. So they're very versatile. They have a lot of protein, fiber, all sorts of good things for you. I think they're a great thing to grow and to store on your shelf. Oh, I forgot about my Italian flat beans. These make a beautiful vine, and the bean pod is long and flat, as the name suggests. And the beans are nice and big and white. Definitely going to grow some of these. I've never had any success growing pinto beans. It's funny that I never even thought that the dry beans that you keep on your shelf are seeds. You just have to soak them, and then you can grow them. I don't know why it didn't occur to me. But when you have dry beans put away in your pantry, then you also have another seed source. I also really love these beans. Patera from Appalachia's Homestead with Patera was able to give me the right name for these. It says on the back of the package cave beans, but they're actually the Anasazi beans, so that's really exciting. They're a beautiful kind of purpley brown and white, lovely pattern on the bean, and they're really delicious. So I think I'm going to go outside and just go crazy and plant an entire bed full of beans. Let's go. Made up my concoction to put in all the rows. It's the organic all-purpose fertilizer, the bone meal, the blood meal, and some very finely ground eggshells. So let's see how it goes. I have to clean up this bed first. It looks really bad, and unfortunately bindweed has taken over. So let's get going on this. Time to stop and have a little breakfast and Gatorade and water. It's going to be very hot today, and we're just going to have to try to stay ahead of it. My daughter and I are making quite a bit of progress. My husband took all the brassicas out of here, and I will remove the weed fabric and rototill up the ground and add compost and what have you. He also got all the grass and icky things out of here. So that looks good. My son weed eated it. Really, it takes so many people for just this small garden. And in that long bed over there, that is dill that came up from last year, so that's kind of cool. That's a marshmallow root plant, or a marshmallow plant. So we have one lavender there, and this is dill and a little bit of oregano. This is all feverfew. This is my herb bed too. So I'm going to plant some more herbs here. I just have sage and parsley that made it. I tried to get some oregano and thyme growing on their own from seed, but didn't work. Might have to buy the plants. And this, I don't even know yet. But because we were able to get the hoops completely pulled out and moved going east-west, I have cucumbers planted on this side and that side. These are the pickling, those are the slicing and eating. And then over here I have Italian flat beans that will grow up and over this part of the hoop, and over here we're going to have Anasazi or cave beans. So it's coming along, it's looking better. Can't decide where to put this Jack and Jill bench that has to be repainted again this year. When you sit in it, you face different ways. That's why it's called Jack and Jill, or a kissing bench or whatever. I was going to put it up against right here, but if you do, then one person can't sit in it. So, to be continued. Anyway, happy Mother's Day this weekend, tomorrow. Hope you're all having a very, very, very lovely day. Things are looking good, and it is heating up here. So that's my check-in on the main garden right now. Well, it's 3:22 and we are completely worn out. It's overcast, it's muggy, and it's disgusting. Let's see, we got this planted with blue lake beans, yellow wax beans, and contender beans. They're all bush beans. We got that one over there planted with more herbs. And we have, it's not feverfew, it's actually chamomile. And then dill there, some more chamomile. Haven't got anything in this one yet, or those two behind. Got some top crop beans down here, and that's all so far. I've got to get my tomatoes out to harden them off. So I've had to use a lot of scat cat mats to keep the cats out. Right there we've planted scarlet runner beans, and then I had this planted before. I'm proud of ourselves, even just getting these cattle panel hoops moved. We did a lot today, probably more than we should have, but now that it's done, I'm very glad. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Saturday, and thanks for coming along for this garden tour Saturday. And don't forget our host, Grandma Sandy, our co-host, Suffolk Susie, Pat's Garden Life, and Growing on Vancouver Island. You take care of yourself and have a very wonderful Mother's Day. We're thinking of you. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you on the next video.